Yo, what's going on? I'm actually driving, but good topic came up, and I just got off the international call. And now you guys have heard me talk about this before, but some people don't understand like the difference. And when I say the difference, I'm talking about the difference in the American bully community. And I'm sorry if the screen is shaky. Like I said, I'm driving, so the truck's sort of bouncing. But the difference when you talk about the bully community compared to, say, for instance, and I'll be pulling off here shortly, other communities, you know what I mean? Let's try it this way, maybe. Yeah, that makes it more steady. But the difference between the bully community and, say, for instance, we'll just pick, a popular dog like the Rottweiler. One of the biggest differences with the Rottweiler, the bullies, the Dobermans, the German Shepherds, popular breeds out here, is just this one basic mindset. If you call, for instance, a big-time Rottweiler breeder, for instance, a lot of them won't give you the option to be able to breed their dogs. They sell dogs selectively to certain breeders that they want, people that they entrust that can duplicate the breed the proper way. Some breeders are like, I'm the only one that breeds my line. If you want a top quality pet, this is what you are. This is what you're gonna get, and that's that. And it's like that with most breeds. Whereas I've told you guys, even with like the Dobermans, like when I know with my Doberman, they had an evaluation process where your dog had to be evaluated, at a certain age, and then they would decide if it was a show quality dog. Well, the American Bully is like totally different, and as you see, it's one of the reasons for the overpopulation. It's one of the reasons for a lot of the confusion in the breed. It's one of the reasons why I'm finding out that there's some new things coming down the pipe from some of the bigger registries. Well, one of the bigger registries. And the thing of it is that nearly every American Bully that's sold is sold as a showable, breedable dog. Even more alarming is the fact that this is just the way we do things. But everybody in the American Bully community believes that they're a breeder. You rarely ever sell a dog and you hear people be like, hey, I ain't tripping on whatever, man. I'm glad I got my dog. I enjoy my dog. I even noticed in recent years, like even people that I've sold dogs to more recently, they never and it's not to criticize the people I've sold dogs to, but really, it's not a thing of they take pictures of the dogs and send you pictures. You have some that do. But a lot of people, it's just like they're turned into like cattle. I even had one individual tell me today that the dogs are currency, and it's very much so the reason why. Oh, and I'm turning, so it turned the camera like that. But it's very much so one of the reasons why now the breed is so heavily overpopulated and the quality has went down, because there's no discretion in who's breeding the dogs. There's no discretion in what dogs should be bred. To hear people argue and complain and be so forceful about 4 and 5 and 6 month old puppies and say, oh, I got to get this and I got to get that and this, and I got breedings planned and I got this and I got that. I'm going to tell you the truth. In my mind, I have an idea of what I might want to breed a dog to, but most times I can't really have a breeding plan until I see the dog physically all the way done growing, around 18 months to 2 years old at the very least. A veterinarian that I used to use, she was a veterinarian for Westminster, and she also had 2 ladies in her office that showed different breeds that actually participated in Westminster, and they thought it was comical, the idea of even using a stud before 2 years old, because they said, when it makes sense, they said growth plates aren't completely closed, the dog's actual frame is not completely done growing, so how can you fairly assess this dog as far as its ability to breed and what it brings to the table? And as we know, our dogs do grow a lot from year 1 to year 2, and they change a lot. The head continues to grow, the chest expansion. Sometimes dogs develop high rears and different things like that. And it's just something to put on everybody's mind that really, you know, at some point in time in this breed, we're going to have more pet quality dogs. We're going to have more discretion on who we give our dogs to, and really limiting the registration ability. Because, you know, as I've said, I've seen many people who they swear they're breeders, but if you ask them to break down the anatomy of a dog, if you ask them to go from the root to the tooth, as I said, from the face, you know, to the tail, and say the correct terms and how this dog is supposed to be built, they can't tell you. You can tell them simple terms like top line and the hocks and different shit like that, and they don't know what you're talking about. They can't tell you how this dog is actually supposed to be put together. They can't even recite to you the standard of the breed that they're breeding. Even more so, me as a breeder, they can't even tell you the qualities of the dogs behind their dogs. But yet and still, at 6 months, they are super pressed to be in a position to breed or sell a dog or whatever, because, you know, as I was told today, these dogs are currency. You know, it's one of the biggest reasons why this breed ain't shit. It's one of the reasons why the breed has went downhill so far, and we have yet to be able to get it on track. It's something that, you know, for you serious breeders to keep in mind. You know, I know sometimes you get stuck in a position, but, you know, maybe we should all, and that includes myself, you know, as I go forward and everything, find more discretion to find people who just want to give your dogs a loving home, more so than to take off and become the next big, you know, big breeder, because it's a lot to breeding, and if it's not taken seriously, we'll have what we have now, where we have a lot of unhealthy dogs. And as I've told you, you know, I actually hit up another friend about the Humane Society, and you know, he made that point as we had this conversation the other day, is that you don't see a ton of Rottweilers, a ton of German Shepherds, a ton of even you know what I'm saying, golden retrievers and dogs that are very, very popular. You don't see a ton of them at the Humane Society for one reason. Their breeders are very discretionary on how they're putting their dogs out there and who's breeding their dogs. They breed them more to be family pets, and some of them will make it to shows, but they have a more responsible mindset. Whereas, you know, not everybody, not every 18-year-old who sees guys flexing money on Instagram all of a sudden thinks that they're going to make 60, 70, 80, 100, $200,000 a year, and they're immediately a breeder, or everybody's so pressed to breed. I got to breed. I got to turn in all this, and I got to do this, and I got to do that because I got to breed, you know. Breeding is an educated, you know, is an educated sport, not just putting two dogs together to let them do what they do. So, you know, with all that being said, it's something to keep on your mind, man. God bless y'all. Friday morning, we talking XLs, we talking Larry Durant. Anybody who wants to get into the mentorship program, we do have a couple spots, and I'll make another video about what's available. But I just wanted to get this out here while I had it on my mind. Until next time, y'all, much love. Peace.